So, how does non duality or spiritual practice relate to healing, physical, emotional healing? Well, someone said they found my answer to this helpful on a live stream the other day. So, obviously, I'm not a non dual teacher or anything, but let's flush out my response a little bit. So, in short, I said that there's not that much to do with each other. Now, healing type things can happen when one is interested in sort of different non-dual type spiritual practices because it might focus the mind, it might take you to places where stress or other things release. They might also increase, by the way, and some non-dual teachers will be very upfront that your emotional stuff might come more to the surface. Now, if you have some healing tools, again, the two might sort of correlate in these tangential ways. But I do not equate, okay, if you want to heal, go do all this non-duality stuff. A real challenge is there seems to be an equation, a correlation with the two, and I think it comes from being, this being YouTube, this being the internet, everything's a click away, and you'll hear a lot of language in non-duality like, it's the end of all suffering, right? Because it's the end of a personal self. So there's no me to suffer whatever the experience seems to be happening. Now, our minds can take that, the end of suffering and say, well, yeah, of course. So that must heal everything. That must be the shortcut to healing. If I can just realize whatever this non-dual awakening or this often very elusive thing that these teachers are talking about to me, that must be the shortcut. That's going to heal everything. I would be very, very careful about that. Most of them are not saying that. I hope they aren't. I really haven't seen anyone who says that directly. And another thing to consider is that there have been some really what are considered sort of masters or sages in that space of non-duality who have had very sick bodies and all sorts of health challenges. And one of the best teachers I've ever heard called Adyashanti, who's still alive. He just retired, but he had this like horrific neurological pain that lasted for almost 15 years. It's only recently subsided, right? So just to me, it's like if that dude at his level, if that didn't just resolve whatever pains and stuff in the body, then I think it's pretty clear that we can't equate that type of, awakening or something with that just heals the body regardless. I'm very careful to think any practice has that capacity that if you quote unquote do it right, you're going to be healed. The heart of non-duality at my level of understanding has nothing to do with, okay, I'm going to realize I'm not this body-mind so that I can heal this body-mind. There's like an inherent conflict in that. So what I would encourage is really honest self-exploration. So if you want to heal, if that is your interest, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's fine. That's what I do. Like that's my emphasis, right? Is tools like EFT tapping. I work with people. This is what I'm dealing with emotionally. We work through it. Now, if I were to also throw in the middle of working with you, hey, by the way, you don't really exist and these emotions aren't yours, and that might just confuse everything, right? And I find people coming to me sometimes who have that confusion. They're like, I know I don't exist and I know there's no self, but I'm still feeling this pain. And why am I feeling the pain? And so on. It's like, just forget about that for a moment. Let's just work on the pain and not worry about thinking it doesn't really exist, or that's all tricks of the mind and language, right? Whatever you're experiencing is what you are experiencing, and you are experiencing personal pain. So let's just deal with that. You can do both. You can tap with someone. You can tap with videos, mine, Brad Yates, whatever, different meditations, lots of different teachers that do healing techniques, nervous system stuff, right? There's teachers of that, somatic practice. Some non-dual teachers also do that very well. But point is, you could do that and you can listen to non-duality, right? If you take a music lesson with me, bass guitar behind me, if you want to know how to play, we're going to talk about how to play. We're not going to sit there and meditate on there is no bass, there is no player, it's all just appearing in consciousness. You might go, wow, that's interesting. I still can't play, right? So be clear on what you want. Own what you want. It's all fine. Non-duality is not better or more advanced in the sense that if it's not what you want, you're going to be trying to shoehorn like, okay, how do I make this spiritual practice get what I want out of it? And that's a common trap. Some of the non-dual teaching styles really don't allow for this. There's a guy named Tony Parsons who's kind of on the extreme, you might say, of just basically his answer to that, from what I've heard, is just like, there is no you, there is no pain, there is no body, it doesn't exist. It's all just, whatever. And someone might go, well, how would that help me? And he gave a funny answer once, or something like, he's like, I don't know why anyone listens to me, because there's nothing to get out of this. Right? So there's that extreme, and there's other teachers who teach in a different style. But if you want to heal, listen to the people who talk about healing. Find the best ones for you, give it a try. And if you're still interested in non-duality, which I would say a lot of people actually aren't, which is fine. You don't have to be interested in it. If you're interested in healing, that's not an interest in non-duality inherently. Interest in non-duality is interest in that. So just be interested in what you're interested in. I believe that whatever your interests are in this moment are correct. They are the proper guidance, and you can sort of listen to that and follow that. And I believe that will help lead you in the right direction for whatever teacher or practice is appropriate for you at this current time and place, even though time and space don't exist, right? So again, don't confuse yourself. Keep it simple for you. Hope it helps. Any questions, just let me know. Thanks so much.